Welcome to our sales pitch for our study abroad trip, Sustainably Sweden. First, our slogan for this trip is Sweden, where the past and sustainable future meet. We feel this slogan accurately portrays the dual focus of our trip. First, we hope to immerse students in the culture and history of Sweden and Scandinavia as a whole, while simultaneously showing them the numerous ways Sweden is preparing for a sustainable, ethical, and equitable future. For our acronym, we chose LEARN. L for learning in new places, E for environmentally focused experiences, A for appreciate the rich culture of Sweden, R for research the history and sustainability of Europe, N for new experiences in the lush Scandinavian landscape. For learning in new places, we have a photo of a tour guide explaining a scene to a group of students. For environmentally focused experiences, we have two coworkers celebrating success in front of a landscape filled with wind turbines. For appreciate the rich culture of Sweden, we selected a photo of Drottningham Palace, the home of the royal family of Sweden, in one of our stops while in Stockholm. For research the history and sustainability of Europe, we selected a small Swedish village lit by the northern lights, highlighting how Sweden is a focal point of small sustainable culture and unusual environmental phenomena. Finally, for new experiences in the lush Scandinavian landscape, we chose an extremely lush landscape filled with the low vegetation common to Swedish landscapes. So, kicking off the 5W1H, what is the focus of this trip? Well, it's going to be exploring the culture and history of Sweden and its modern commitment to sustainable development goals. Who could go on this trip? We kind of felt that the best way to answer this question would be to limit it to maybe a few departments that have specializations that would be relevant to the content of the trip. So, students from the computer science, business, and environmental science departments of Appalachian State University. And where will this trip take us? We're going to go to three of Sweden's cultural and research hubs: Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Lund. And we'll move on and cover some more of those questions on the next slide. All right, so here's the remainder of the questions. When should students take this trip? Tentatively, we scheduled it for late spring of 2024. We think that's probably one of the better times to go visit Sweden. Why should students take this trip? Students should take this trip to expand their horizons and immerse themselves in a culture that has a rich history and a focus on sustainability. And then this was a question that we really spent a lot of time and focused on was, how would this trip benefit your future academic and professional endeavors? Students would benefit from a multi-week trip with like-minded cohorts and build a foundation for a lifelong commitment to sustainable practices, developing a global mindset which will enhance their performance in future academic and professional endeavors. So, on this last slide, we've got a QR code that you can scan. It'll take you to a Google Sites page. On that Google Sites page, there'll be some photos, some boilerplate text that we put in there just talking about the trip and the experience and the students that we'd be looking for. And then there's also a contact us, more information button that if you click will open a mail to my email address. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.